Well, looks like the Liberals have disqualified another candidate. Another secret process where apparently they found some irregularities or potential interference. So Ruby Dalla follows Chandra Aryan. There's another person too, I can't remember his name, but he was kicked out. Which means that the only people you can now vote for the Liberal leadership race are white people. Remember when Liberals used to criticize that? Oh, we're tired of these old rich white men. But then they're going to vote for Mark Carney. And sit in silence as they disqualify every minority candidate. Now just think about that for a second and imagine if the Conservatives did that. They would be screaming from the rooftop, oh, what a bunch of Nazis. Oh, they're a bunch of right-wing, far-right fascists. Wah, wah, wah. But when they do it, oh, nothing to see here, folks. They're just so corrupt, so dishonest, and just despicable at this point. So Ezra Levant from Rebel News has something to say about this. Let's have a look at what he's saying, then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
Oh, the Liberals are so gross. They waited until a Friday afternoon to vote to disqualify Ruby Dalla, who's been an energetic candidate for the leadership of the Liberal Party. But the thing is, she was too energetic. She was criticizing Mark Carney, the anointed one. So they had to stop her. They claimed that there was a non-citizen working on her campaign. I'm sure that's true. There's non-citizens throughout the Liberal Party. In fact, it's allowed. Incredibly, the Liberal Party doesn't require you to be a Canadian citizen to vote. You can even be as young as 14 years old. So I don't buy their official excuse. The reason she was disqualified is because she's had a wicked online game with memes like this. Yeah, Mark Carney needed to stop that now. Mark Carney is the anointed one, and having a Sikh woman speak against him, that just ain't right. You know, Justin Trudeau's party doesn't know what to do with strong women who disagree with him, whether it's Jody Wilson-Raybould or Jane Philpott, or now, in the case of Ruby Dalla. I have a better idea. Draft Ruby. Let's sign a petition. Go to draftruby.com. I think she should run with the Conservative Party of Canada. Now, I'm sure there are some things where she may have a disagreement on this policy or that policy, but that's not the point. Pierre Poilievre should put together a coalition large enough to include Ruby Dalla. And Ruby is the kind of woman who can take it to the Liberal Party. We've seen that, and wouldn't that be an incredible statement of democracy? The Liberals threw out Ruby Dalla, and the Conservatives brought her in. If you agree with my idea, go to the petition now. Go to draftruby.com, and we will present the petition to Ruby herself. She doesn't have to quit politics just because some foreigner like Mark Carney. You see what I did there? He's lived outside Canada for years. He has 2 other passports. Yep. Ruby Dalla is more Canadian than Mark Carney is. Ruby Dalla should be drafted to run for the Conservatives. To hell with Mark Carney. Go sign my petition at draftruby.com.
Yeah, I mean, that was great, right? Especially the last line there, calling Mark Carney a foreigner, because he is. Right, he doesn't even, I don't even think he lives in Canada yet right now, or maybe he just recently moved back, but he hasn't lived here for 10 years. The guy's a globalist centrist banker that was working with the UK. And by the way, in a recent interview, he actually literally said that we need globalism right now, and that he's an elitist. He admitted it. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, guys. They're just spitting right in your face, saying you'll have nothing and you'll be happy, and that's right. And they're going to hopefully collect enough sheep to vote for them, in their opinion. But thankfully, in my opinion, Canadians are much smarter than that. And the only people this crap is going to work on are people who are already super liberal anyway. You know, the types that they call everyone who disagrees with them a Nazi. Well, members of their own party applaud a Nazi in Parliament. That's how stupid these people are. But there's always going to be stupid people. Forget them. Let them call us Nazis. Go ahead. All it's going to do is lose them the election. Nobody likes this radical left-wing nonsense anymore, and now you're disqualifying candidates for apparently a legitimate reason, but we all know it's bullshit. We all know that. Every single minority candidate is gone. Can you imagine if Donald Trump or Pierre Poilievre did something like this? They already scream and call them Nazis. So, and for liberals to say, well, this is legitimate and that, they just disqualified them for a good reason. If the conservatives did that, they would be screaming. But this is how silly and hypocritical they are. And this is what I mean when I say confession by projection, because whatever they accuse people of, they actually are. You want to talk about fascism, liberals? How about shutting down people's bank accounts? Well, they squatted on the streets. My God. And then you look at all these protests going on right now where Canadian flags, Israel flags are being burned. People coming here and committing horrific crimes, going to jail for like 2 seconds and then getting put back out on the street. What does that say to the people of Canada? That the government doesn't care about us. The government is trying to price out the middle class, make the streets filled with drugs and crime like you've never seen before in this country. And it's happened in the last 10 years, and these asshole, stupid, moron liberals don't see it. It's unbelievable. Like, I hear all this crap from people I know, or, scrolling through X or whatever social media platform, and they're going on and on about these evil conservatives. Meanwhile, the last time Canada was safe and affordable was when Stephen Harper was Prime Minister. But again, too stupid to see it. Or maybe they're just too blind and naive. I don't know. Maybe it's just pure propaganda and indoctrination. I have no idea. But it's disgusting what the Liberal Party is doing. It's disgusting what they've done to Canada for the past 10 years, and I'm real sick of it. We got an election coming up probably in March. About 3 weeks away probably. At least that's when it's going to be called. I think it's going to be called on March 10th. When we actually go to the polls, it might be, April, but we're right about to enter election season. And the Liberals are going to pull out all the stops. And they're going to pull out every communist, every Marxist, every nihilist policy they can to try to convince even more people to join the insane liberal ideology. I mean, for Christ's sakes, liberals aren't even liberal anymore. Stephen Harper said it best. He's like, I don't know if they're Marxists or communists, or maybe they're nihilists. Maybe they just want to destroy everything and tear it all down, because they're miserable. Well, you know what? Canada needs to wake up, and we need to get to the polls and show these assholes that, hey, if you're miserable now, you're going to be real miserable when Pierre Poilievre gets in office, and that's what you deserve. Actually, they don't deserve it, because Pierre Poilievre is going to make the country better, and they deserve to live in the mess that they created. But thankfully, enough Canadians aren't stupid, and they're going to see that no, Pierre Poilievre is not a Nazi. No, he's not really like Trump. There's like a couple things you can compare him to. Well, there's a couple things you can compare Justin Trudeau to P. Diddy to. Both seem to like kids, don't they? How many friendship bracelets does Justin Trudeau have to share with 14-year-old girls for people to get creeped out? And again, if Pierre Poilievre did that, they'd be calling him a pedophile. So make sure that when we have an election, we know the date, save it on the calendar, and get out and vote in drones. Drag your family members, drag your friends out to vote, unless they're liberal. If they're liberal, just tell them that there's a new COVID strain. They need to stay home to save lives. That would be the greatest campaign ad that Pierre Poilievre could do as a troll. I'm not being serious, but it would be funny if he did that. Hey guys, there's COVID. Stay home. Save lives. Don't vote. And that would work too if that were to actually happen. Because liberals are sheep and they're scared of everything and they believe everything they hear. But anyway, it's going to be it today for my rant. Let me know what you guys think about Ruby Dalla's disqualification. And also let me know why you think, or if you don't think, that the liberals, based off of their own logic, are being a little bit racist here. Please don't be shy. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.